Jai Hind to all. I, Chelsi Sen, Assistant Professor in IT Department at AKGEC, Ghaziabad. Today we will discuss about the topic of the computer system security in KN's subject code KNC 301, that is firewall. Let's discuss about the firewall. What is firewall? Firewall is used in the computer security. So let's discuss what is the firewall, which is used in the computer security. So let's discuss what is the computer security is. So computer security is the protection of information system from the theft or the damage to the hardware or the software or the information. So it is the theft or any damage which caused during any information transmission or whenever we are communicating from one place to the another. So it is very necessary to secure our system. So it is necessary to secure our system using the various firewall and the IDS system. So what is the firewall used for? Firewall is used for protecting the computer system, or it is a security mechanism in which it protects the local network from the threats. It also protects from the damages whenever we are communicating in the particular network. So it can be a hardware or either a software combination, or it can be either a combination of both. It prevents the computer in one network from communicating directly with the other networks. Means whenever we are communicating in the particular networks, it protects from the outsiders damage or the loss causes by the particular outsiders. So all the communications takes place through the firewall. It will go through the firewall, and in which we are just helping to avoid the causes or the threats causes by that. So just discuss what is the firewall and what are the various type of the firewalls. So it is used for the security mechanism which protects our network through a system, a hardware component or a software component. It is having a various three types. First one, these are the various types of the firewalls: packet filtering, circuit level gateway firewall, and the application gateway firewall. We will discuss one by one later on. Just first of all, just discuss about what are the various functions of the firewalls. Just discuss one by one what are the various functions of the firewall. The main purpose of the firewall is to protect the computers of an organization. Of an organization means any local organizations, like we are talking about, for example, in any college campus, in any MNC or any local organization where the networks and outsiders cannot access this data without the unauthorized access. So this is the main purpose of the firewall, to protect the local organization's network. So no outsiders can attack that particular system or that particular network. To avoid the access of the unauthorized person, it is used as a firewall. So these are the various functions of the firewall. First one, firewall provides us the security by examining the incoming data packets and allowing them to enter the local network only if the condition are met. Means firewall also provides us the security. It play as a role of a security guard, which just provides us the security by examining what data is coming into the particular network, what the communication is going on, what the particular person is trying to access this particular network. So these all are the categories on which the firewall works for. In the particular local network, it provides the accessibility to the particular users only, and which data it is using, which data packets are coming. It examines all the particular data. Now let's discuss the next function of the firewall, that is firewall provides the user authentication. Firewall provides the user authentication by verifying the username and the password. Firewall is used for the authentication and the authorization purpose. Who person can access the data? It is also used for the authorization purpose. What is authorization? That already we have discussed. In the authorization, we are having some permissions. We had provided some permissions to the particular person. Which permission we had provided to that particular user? That are the authorizations. Means we had provided various permissions to the various levels. For example, teacher have the particular accessibility of the permissions of accessibility, and student have the different accessibility permissions. So these are the various permissions are provided on the basis of the particular criteria, on the particular role of honor. Okay, so on the basis of that the authorizations works. So firewall also provides the authentication, means which person is accessing that particular permission, which will come under your authentication. For example, we had given some permissions to the teacher. So to authenticate that particular permission, firewall is used, that this particular teacher or this particular person is accessing that data or not is used for that particular thing. So this is the main function of the firewall, that it provides the user authentication, in which he or she he is verifying using the username and password. One more example is like the Gmail, in which we are using something username and the password. So by the correction only, by the authentication only, we can access the particular data. So here also firewall also provide the authentication by verifying the username and the password. Through that it can identify that the which person is accessing that particular data, so that it can validate the particular person that this is the authorized user or not. By that the firewall decides that whether it is the authorized user or the unauthorized user, so that if it is the unauthorized user, so it will not provide a permission to the unauthorized user. It will not provide a permission to enter that particular unauthorized user in the particular local network, because we are working in a particular local organization in which we are having a particular user defined, means some people are the unauthorized person and some are unauthorized person. So to avoid the unauthorized access, we are using the firewall. Last function is firewall can used for hiding the structure and the contents of the local network. It is the mainly function of the firewall, in which we are securing our information, the structure of the particular network, whatever in organization is doing, whatever the external users can't access in that particular network. So firewall is used in the local network. No external users can access that particular information. So it is used for the hiding the structure, or we can say that it can be used for the abstraction purpose. Have you heard about the term abstraction? Abstraction is a term in which we are hiding the we are showing only the essential details. We are hiding the unwanted features behind the particular information. So these are the abstraction features which are provided by the firewall. So firewall is used for the hiding the structure and the content or the information data which are passed under the local network. Whatever information is transferring in a local network or a local organization, outsiders cannot access that particular information, or the external users cannot access that particular information. So that's why the firewall plays a vital role in playing a security in the computer security for the software purposes also, and the network for the hardware purposes also. Next is network address translation. NAT conceals the internal network addresses and replace all the IP addresses of the local network with the one or more public IP addresses. So here the NAT plays a vital role in for using the IP addresses in the local network. Which IP addresses will work, which will not work, it will work under your particular network address translation. So these are the three main features of the three main functions of the firewall which are used for the computer security purpose. Let's discuss one by one. Just it provides the security by examining the incoming data packets in the local network. Second, it provides the user authentication for the validation purpose. It is used for the validation to validate particular person for the authorization. And the last one is it is used for the hiding the structure also, or the content, means some confidential data. If some confidential data is working under a particular local area network, so it can avoid to access that particular confidential data, so that it can be easily not accessed by the unauthorized persons. So these are the various functions of the firewalls. And now just discuss about the various types of the firewalls. Let's discuss first type, that is packet filtering firewall. First one is packet filtering firewall. As you all know that we are transferring the data into a particular OSI model according to the OSI model, and in OSI model we are having a network layer in which our data is transferred, our data or information is transferred into the packet formats. So here what you have to do, you have to just transfer, if we are transferring one data to the another data in the format of packet, so here we are using a packet filtering firewall in the ISO in a OSI model. So packet filtering firewalls work at the network layer, means it will work on the network layers. As you all know that we are having a 7 layers in the OSI model, and in a OSI model we are having a physical layer, then we are having a data link layer, then we are having a network layer. So over here packet filtering is used, packet filtering firewalls, because over here we are transferring our data into a packets, we are converting our data into the small packets which can be a particular bit size. So each packets are compared and each packets are transferred from one place to the another. So order of the packets, how the order of the packets is maintained, how it can be forwarded, it will play a vital role of the packet filtering firewall. In a particular private network, packet filtering router is used to protect that particular filtering, means in which route it will follow the things, it will work over here. Okay, so now each packet is compared to the set of criteria before it is forwarded, means whenever we are transferring the information from one network to the another network, it will just compare particular set of criteria, then it will be forwarded, so that if the outsider or the external user are accessing that particular packets, so they can't be able to access that particular message or a particular packets. Okay, depending on the packet and that particular criteria, the firewall can drop and forward the packet or that send the message to the originator. Means what you are doing, first you will check the criteria, and depend on that particular packet and the packet size, information will be transferred and the forward to the next originator. Originator means next router you will be transferring that information. There can be many rules for the source and the destination IP address, means which source can be, which IP address, source IP address will be accessing that data, and who will receive that particular data, that is the destination IP address. So over here the packet filtering router will follow the particular rule, and on which you are using different port number. According to that only you can transfer the information, or you can transfer the particular data, or a communication you can use. So over here the advantages of packet filtering firewall is that is the low cost and the low impact on the particular network performance, means it is very budget friendly. We can use the packet filtering in the packet filtering firewall in between the particular private network, and it will not impact on the particular local area network, or it will improve the network performance also. So that's why the packet filtering firewall is used, and on the network layer of a OSI it works. Now let's discuss about the next type of the filtering firewall, that is circuit level gateway firewall. Circuit level gateway firewall works upon the session layer. As we know that we are communicating on a particular network, and in which we are having a OSI model, and our particular communication is done on the basis of the OSI model or the TCP IP model only. So on which the circuit level gateway protocol or a firewall works upon the session layer, means where the output screen or the presentation is shown below. So that's why the circuit level gateway is used. Where you use the output, you will using the circuit level gateway. So this is the intrusion. For example, this is the inside host and this is the outside host. Okay, so what you are going to do, circuit level gateway is used over here. As you all know that the session layer is used for the output purpose, or we can say that the presentation purpose. So that's why we are using the circuit level gateway over the presentation layer or the session layer. This monitors the TCP handshaking between the packets to determine whether the requested session is legitimated or not. Means whatever the session is legitimated, whether that information is transferred to that particular remote computer or not, that will appear over here. Means whatever the input inside the host give the input, what the output will goes through this particular circuit level gateway, and after that only the outside host can access this particular information. So it can be used as a circuit level gateway firewall. Okay, information passed through a remote computer through a circuit level gateway appears to have originated from the gateway. Means it have to start particular initiation point should be there, and the last output point should be also there. Okay, so that it can appear whether it's from where it is originated. This is useful for the hiding the information about the protected networks. Means whatever the network is there, it is used for hiding that particular information in that particular network. No outsider can access, no outsider host can access until the this permission is not applied over here. So circuit level gateways are relatively inexpensive and have the advantages of hiding the information about the private network. Means whatever private network or whatever local network you are using, in which you can hide the information easily and with the low cost budget, and in that on that particular it does not require any individual packets. It does not filter that individual packet. It will work upon the overall packets, overall informations, overall that particular circuits of the information. It will work upon that. It will not work upon the individual packets. So that's why it works upon the session layer of the OSI model. This is the second from the topmost third layer of the top OSI model. First one was the application layer. Second is presentation layer. And third one is session layer. And as you all know, these three layers will work as a output or a interface. Means whatever final output you require, whatever final information you need, it will work upon this particular things. Now let's discuss about the last point of your application firewall gateway, that is application level gateway firewall. This is also called as the proxies. It is similar to the circuit level gateways. Actually it is also works upon the session layer, but application level gateway firewall works upon the application layer of the application layer of OSI model. As you all know that the OSI model have the 7 layers, and on which application level gateway firewall works upon the application layer. It is called as the proxies, and they can filter at the application layer, and it can examine the incoming or the outgoing packets which can access the services. Means which particular person can access the services or not, it will work over here. Means the final whatever the input is coming, whatever the output is going, overall accessibility will work over here. So these are the different application level gateways that will be configured through the web proxy, which will act as the server to the internal network. Means which internal network will access that particular data, and through which external network will get that data, it will be examined by over here. Okay, so these are the different points which can be worked over the application level network gateway firewall. It is significant to the network performance. It will be work upon the different network performance. Okay, they offer a high level of security. Means the best security is provided by the application level gateway firewall, as it provide the incoming or the outgoing packet cannot access, so which there is a no proxy. So that's why it provides a large impact on the network performance and the high level of security. The last point in the computer security we can discuss about that is IDS. This is the application level gateway. in which it will work upon all the protocols. Which are the different protocols which will work over the application level? That is HTTP. These are the various protocol which will work over here. FTP, that is file transfer protocol. SMTP. SMTP is also used for the mail purpose, in which it can handle the incoming and the outgoing of the messages. Similarly, file transfer protocol is used for transferring of the files, different files, video files, audio files, and different type of files. HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, which is used for the HTML languages, in which it shows different websites and the client server architecture, which client can sending is requesting and which server have to access that particular response. So this is used over here. So application level gateway provides the overall security and the high level of security by using a firewall. Gateway is a particular gate in which who outsider is accessing that information and what information they are getting in that particular network, it's used over here. So this is the overall firewall discussion, in which we have discussed various packets gateway filtering, packet filtering, and we have discussed the circuit filtering, and we have discussed the application level gateway filtering, which we provide the overall security of the system. Next topic is IDS. These are the different user identification and authentication. By this only we can identify that particular user and we can authenticate the particular information. We can authenticate the particular person or identify the person by using the username and the password. We can also authenticate it from the biometrics. We can authenticate that particular. So we can identification and authentication can be done by using this particular username and the password and the biometrics also. Next is IDS. It is also similar to the firewall. It is used as a process for identifying the malicious activity. It can be used as the like a buzzer, we can say, or a detection system, in which it identify or analyze particular network system, in which it is designed and it is used to test and analyze overall network system, which whatever the network is there, it will examine whole network, whole nodes it will examine, and at which level we are having a malicious activity, it can be detected by the IDS. And it also warns us by warning the particular information. It also used for the it is used for giving as alarms, or we can get the intimation before the malicious activity held. So it already warns us before the activity went away. These are the various IDS types, that is it will work under the NIDS, that is network intrusion detection system. In the network detection system, intrusion detection system, it will examine whole network in which the various routers are situated, which router will work there, and it will perform which message is going to the which place. It will work or examine whole route, that whether the routes is correct or not, whether the data is transferring to the correct route or not. It will work that particular information, and it will work under the various protocols. So next type is PIDS, in which it will examine the whole protocols. Whenever the protocol will get wrong, it will give us the alarm, or it will give us the warning us that whether some protocols are going to be missed, or it is used as the uncorrected. Next level is AIDS. What is AIDS? AIDS is application intrusion detection system. So intrusion detection system is the process in which we are identifying the particular malicious activity in that particular resource, in the network In the network, we are identifying the particular network. Okay. Next, in the protocol, we are identifying the protocols, whether the protocols are working correctly or not. Next one is application intrusion detection system, in which we are configuring the various application we are using on our systems, our windows, our mobile devices, whether these applications are working correctly or not. So identifying that particular network against the particular parameters to capture the data, whether the data is correct or not. So correct that particular information that will give us, such as the giving the alarm and activating provide to deal with this intrusion, means how to deal with that particular system. We can use the intrusion detection system. Thank you. Jai Hind.